Gentlemen, start your engines.
NASCAR has just told all of the drivers and teams that the next time by, they're going to go green-yellow. Actually, this time by, the green flag is waving now. So the laps are counting in this race beginning right now, headed toward 400. They'll run some laps behind the pace car to try and make sure that the surface is finished being dried, and then they'll double them up and fully let them loose. The pace car will head off this time. The remainder of 400 laps, 394 to be specific, to determine who wins tonight's race, the seeding for the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, and who gets the final positions in that group to run for the championship. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon bring the field to the green. Ryan Newman, one of the guys who simply must win tonight to have a shot at racing for the championship, and it looks like he's got his hands full. He really had his hands full there. There's a little contact with Greg Biffle.
Got away with it. It was close.
And remember, championship picture, what's at stake for Kane tonight. If he can move past Tony Stewart in points into the top 10, then the bonus points for the 2 wins he's gotten already this season will be his for the reseeding for the championship. If you're one of the wild cards, you don't get those bonus points. Tony Stewart, remember, 10th in the championship standings starting the night. Did not have a very good Friday of practice and did not qualify well. Started in 28th position. And with Tony not really moving up much and Casey Kane charging forward, that race for the 10th position in points is a tight one. Just a couple of spots. Remember, 1 point per position. Just a couple of spots separate Casey Kane from taking over 10th in points from Tony Stewart.
Jeff Gordon, 4 tires, track bar adjustment, and a rubber in the left rear. Way too loose, in and off.
See, they're making changes with the wedge wrench on the right side. Taking a spring rubber, looks like taking it out of the left rear and putting one in. That's what takes a lot of time, is messing with the spring rubbers, but you see they have a little bit of trouble with the left front also.
Carl Edwards up to the 11th spot, Doc.
And Carl's plan was to be patient for the first half of the race and then try to win it in the second half and try somehow to get in the chase. But they have just told Carl on the radio that they believe weather is about an hour out. So you got to go now, Carl. You got to go. We may get to halfway and not beyond. But now Carl has lit the fire and is on the move.
Jeff Gordon back in 19th position and has not gone forward any after that last pit stop. Vince?
Well, and maybe a bigger concern right now, Alan, is some oil temperature issues that Jeff is talking with crew chief Alan Gustafson about. A temperature up to 300 degrees, and certainly some concern in the voice of Gordon and the crew chief.
Kyle Busch running in 8th position as we update some of those competing for those final places in the chase with our nationwide insurance up to speed. Vince?
Well, and Kyle Busch came into this race 12th in points. If he wins, he's in. We got a long way to go, but the one thing about Kyle and his race car right now, they're more in tune with one another. He says the car is better and he can really feel the tires on this run. That's good news for 18 fans.
Jeff Gordon in 18th. He started second, Rusty.
I tell you, he is really struggling. Let's see what he's got to say here.
It made my engine better. I'm starting to get real tight in the center. My exit is terrible.
And Denny Hamlin, the leader, beginning to put some cars a lap down. He just passed Marcos Ambrose, one of the wild card hopefuls. He's just passed Landon Castle in the 83, and now working on another of the wild card hopefuls, Joey Logano, in the 20. Carl Edwards was on the pit road after he saw the beginning of that short pit cycle, and now the yellow flag for rain. As rain has picked up, and NASCAR is going to bring this field down the pit lane and park them under the red flag and hope the shower passes quickly and we're able to resume competition. Again, still shy of the halfway point of this race. It is not an official event at the moment. Not a sight that anybody wanted to see, but given all that's at stake tonight, certainly the drivers and teams know that this is probably the right call.
It's been a handful. We're working on it. We'll just keep going until the race is over and get everything we can out of it. But, yeah, we missed it. It's unfortunate, but a lot of racing left to go.
Where do you need it to be better right now?
On that track out there. I mean, we just missed it. You know, it happens.
Back at it in Richmond. Three wide there. Montoya to the inside of Kyle Busch, 42 and 18.
That's not the position Kyle Busch wants to be in right now.
And for the lead, Dale Earnhardt Jr. swings around Denny Hamlin. And a lead change. That on Clint Boyer's radio as Denny Hamlin goes back around Dale Earnhardt Jr. Kyle Busch also in position to claim the other wild card position in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Kyle, though, back in 12th.
Throw this car away. Junk for this place. It was really good to start. I don't know what happened. Take it for.
Caution flag is out here at Richmond. Clint Bowyer has spun.
Let's get back here. We're leading lap.
So we'll follow up on what happened to Clint Bowyer.
See that? That looks like an exhaust pipe coming out.
Right there. I'm sure he's already cut the tire down. Yep, there it goes. Tried to hang on to it. It's just almost impossible to hang on to a car with a left rear tire down.
I mentioned that Kyle Busch made a second pit stop. Remember, they stopped just under the green, then he came back in under the caution, Vince.
That's right, Alan. When he came in the first time, they made a wedge adjustment, a track bar adjustment, air pressure, just couldn't get it to turn in the center. And they decided, since he was the 15th car out of 16 on the lead lap, they just come back in and they put a rubber in that left rear to try to help him out a little bit.
Ryan Newman is going to get a penalty because on his green flag pit stop, they had a tire get away from the team and roll across the pit lane. Newman is going to go from 12th position before the pit stop cycle.
Things are a lot like a football. You just don't know what's going to happen when they hit the ground.
Yeah. There it is.
The rain.
Okay.
Three wide for the lead. Stewart to the bottom.
3 wide, you're bottom. 2 wide, McMahon. Clear, you're the leader.
Tony Stewart out in front. Kyle Busch back to 17th place, Vince.
Yeah, and he's really disappointed because he wanted to pit. Dave Rogers wanted to gamble and stay out. They talked about it, maybe even a little miscommunication there. But you see the result. Kyle Busch going backwards.
And a challenge for second as Newman looks underneath Jeff Burton and gets that spot.
Okay, now the only thing standing in the way of Ryan Newman getting in the chase is his boss, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, had 109 laps, but
and going by for the race lead.
Now, Tony didn't make it too hard on him, but I really believe Ryan's got the best car right now. I think he let him go. I don't think he made it hard for him to make the pass.
Well, at this point in time, there's still a lot of racing to go unless the rain does come.
And Jeff Gordon now back on the lead lap, taking 9th place from Sam Hornish. Now the picture's changed again here at Richmond International Raceway. Ryan Newman, who must win this race, has just been overtaken by Clint Bowyer for the top spot. Bowyer passing both Stewart and Ryan Newman in these last several laps around.
Yeah, I thought Tony Stewart for that second spot may be able to hold Bowyer back there for a while, but he couldn't do it, and neither could Ryan Newman whenever Bowyer decided he wanted the lead.
Jeff Gordon has driven all the way to 6th place, one of the fastest, if not the fastest car on the racetrack right now. And he's only 2 points behind the 18 as they run.
And with this latest turn of events, Kyle Busch's team not calling him to pit road and counting on the rain at the last caution. Jeff Gordon getting a free pass and having nothing to lose. Now it's just a single point for that last place in the chase between Gordon and Kyle Busch. One position on the racetrack. Either way. Actually 2 because Kyle owns the tiebreaker over Jeff Gordon. Well, crucial moment in his hopes for the chase for Kyle Busch, Vince.
Well, it's so frustrating. You heard the tone on Kyle's voice, how frustrated he must be at this point. Same said for Dave Rogers. 4-tire change, also a chassis adjustment for the 18 of Kyle Busch, but a lot of ground to make up. Now they've got a problem on the right side also.
Go back to the right rear.
Got to go back to the right rear. Didn't get a lug nut on. They got to hit it again.
Gordon on pit road for a green flag stop with 42 to go. Jeff Gordon's pit stop. Kyle Busch has moved back ahead of him, barely, for that second wild card spot. Jeff needs to continue to pass cars.
Yeah, and obviously plenty fast enough to pass these cars that he's coming up on. He's done it earlier.
He just got by Hornish. The next one is a 31 car of Jeff Burton.
He's got to get by everybody that's a lap down, basically. He's got to get by Burton, and he's got to track down Matt Kenseth. Jeff Gordon picking up 5th position from Brad Keselowski.
And that right there, I believe, puts Gordon into that transfer spot.
Actually, I think it tied. They're tied for points as they run with that pass. And now, yeah, it does put him a point ahead.
This race, the oh-so-tense race for that second wild card spot, the last place in the chase between Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. Mere points. Mere .1 between them at the moment as Gordon runs in 4th position and Kyle Busch runs back in 16th.
He's going to get tight. 3 wide down into the corner.
Oh, look out. Dale Jr. is also for a position on the 18 car. Greg Biffle was not. Biffle is on the lead lap. He's going to have enough fuel to make it. Checkered flag and the win to Clint Bowyer. Jeff Gordon finishes 2nd and races his way into the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Great effort. We made it by 1 point. We're in the chase.
What a night at Richmond. What a remarkable turn of events in the late night hours of a Saturday night and early Sunday morning.
We knew this race was going to have drama. We knew it was going to have so much at stake.